Good morning, Pre-PT Nation, Pre-PT fam. It's Dr. Sean Brewer, Physical Therapy Application Coach, where Pre-PT equals DPT. Today, I wanted to make a video about a tip request that I received from Callie Smooth. Thanks, man, for the request. I really appreciate it. And his question is, how do I even know I have a chance of getting into a DPT program? That's $1 million question, so that's why I wanted to make a video first to talk about this instead of just making a post that had words on a page. I really feel like this one's got a lot more to it, and I want to offer some encouragement to some applicants who may feel like, I don't know if I even have a shot, all right? So I've got 3 things in particular I want you to do if you fall in this boat, if you feel like, man, I don't know. I really feel like this is just a shot in the dark. I don't feel very confident about my application at all, right? So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to research the heck out of as many programs as you can to find programs that are looking at metrics that will make you look like the best applicant possible. What I mean by that, if you have a horrible GRE score, there's 20 plus DPT programs that don't require the GRE at all. So maybe you should look at those programs instead of just applying shotgun style, going all over the place, right? The next one is if you have a bad GPA or you did poorly the first year or 2 of your college career and you finally got things on track, but the damage was already done, maybe you need to look at programs that only look at your prereq or your last 60 credit hour GPA. And there are programs that do this. Now, you've got to do your research, go online, look up the Student Doctor Network, look up different resources, ask people around you who maybe have done the research themselves and they know about these programs, and you can find, there's lots of them out there, right? And once you find these programs and you can be more targeted in how you actually go about your application, that is also going to make a huge impact on how successful you can be as an applicant, because you are not just applying to any program, you are applying in a targeted approach, right? And this makes you much more accurate, much more successful. So that's tip number 1, is to do your research. Make sure you are identifying programs that use the metrics that make you look the best and apply to those programs, okay? Number 2 is you need to follow your gut. So if you right now are feeling nervous about your application, right? I want you to take a second to just kind of sit in stillness or in silence. And I'm a religious person, so I believe in God. And listen to what God or the universe or your inner wisdom is telling you about where you should apply, right? If there's a certain school maybe you've looked at and you're like, maybe I should apply there. Or if there's a certain state that you need to move to. I've had applicants talk to me about that. They just felt like they needed to go to this program. You have to trust that inner voice. Whenever an applicant asks me, I feel like I should do this, 99% of the time, I'm like, yeah, do that thing, because that is God, the universe, fate, your inner wisdom, whatever you want to call it, telling you that you need to go to this place, that you should look at this place. And for me, that is invaluable. You have to consider that. And that also can be, if you're feeling like, should I even apply? You have to ask yourself those questions and let the inner wisdom kind of help you in that sense. The next piece of advice I want to give you is to surround yourself with people who have either done what you are trying to do or who are going to be a positive influence in your life. So these are people like that have, there's Ben Kimpt online. He had a 2.4 GPA and he got accepted into a DPT program. When I heard about his story, I couldn't believe it. I thought it was awesome because what a message of hope to so many applicants who maybe struggle and who wonder, he did it, so I can too. Let me see what he did so I can go figure out what's going on. So shout out to Ben Kimpt. He's awesome. And I think there's lots of other people on YouTube and Instagram who did it, who were not traditional, not really strong applicants, and they found a way to get into a DPT program. And they did a lot of the things that I'm talking to you about here. They were targeted in their approach. They got to know admissions committees. They rubbed shoulders with people who are making the decisions when deciding who to invite to interviews or who to invite to come to attend their program, and they built a relationship with them, and that's super important. So do those things. Surround yourself with people who are going to give you the resources you need to get in, and to look at things differently. This also includes pre-PT coaches like myself, and there's lots of other ones out there, but individuals who, my job is not to tell you no. I never am going to tell you, no, don't apply to PT school, right? Every applicant that comes to me, if they have, less than ideal GRE or GPA, I always say, how can we find programs that fit you, right? That fit the metrics that you have, so we can give you the best shot of getting accepted. And my job is not to tell people no. There's so many options. Like, even if you're applying the traditional way and if it's not working, there's other options out there. So I literally, there's no person on the planet that if they can't get into PT school applying the traditional way, there are other options to help you get in. There's always a way that we can help you get to that point in your career. So let that be hope for you as well. That if you've reapplied multiple times and you're struggling to figure out how to get there, then take a look. There's other ways to do it. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again. But if you want to actually get to your goal, you need to think and look at different options, right? Think differently and look at different options. And that's what our job as coaches is to do, is to help you, like, this is where you're at and this is where you want to go. Okay, let's get you there. Like, that's physical therapy too. That's what we do. So that's what I would encourage you to do. Surround yourself with positive people. Stay away from the naysayers. Stay away from the people who are causing you to doubt yourself. Focus on people who can inspire you because they've done what you're trying to do with, a low GPA or low GRE score. And focus on surrounding yourself with positive people who are going to give you the right direction and move you towards your ultimate goal. And that's what I would recommend, is those are the things that you can do to help you feel more secure in your decision of knowing if you're going to get into a DPT program. Something else I want to share is this year, because of COVID-19, the application process, there's a lot of people who are withdrawing from the application. They don't want to apply because they're uncertain about the future, or they're not sure about how PT is going to look. And as a result of that, because there's going to be fewer applicants in the pool, that means that there's opportunities for people who maybe don't have as quote unquote competitive of an application to be able to get looked at. So if you also feel like that is your issue as well, there are opportunities for you now because of COVID-19. It's been a crazy year, but it opens the doors for those who are willing to take the chance and who are brave enough to step into the darkness and to move forward with that. So I hope this helps, not only Cali Smooth, but the other people who are asking this question themselves. And if you have any other questions about this, feel free to comment in the box down below and send me a DM or email me if you have any more questions about your specific situation and what we can do to help you. Okay? Take care, guys. Hope you have a good one. Have a good weekend.